In this 2007 BMW, I've got a rear window that is not closing. It's loose, so most likely the regulator has gone bad. So in order to figure all this part out, we have to remove the rear door panel. In order to do so, we're going to have to stick in a screwdriver or those plastic tools for body panels. Stick it in here, pop it out. This piece will come out vertically towards you, and then same thing with this piece, where you start by pulling it out from the corners, and this piece will also come out backwards. Once that's done, there are T-head screws in here that we're going to have to remove. And once that happens, then basically we can start popping this panel towards us from either this corner or that corner, work our way selves up, then around, and then we lift the door panel upwards. And then I'll show you what it looks like on the back side. So let me get started. So here is the removal process. You basically get your tool in. Once you've done that, that's basically it to removing the panel. Once that's off, okay, just to show you, I basically ended up having to put a piece underneath here, the tab, and then pull with both hands, and then this piece started coming off just like that. So as you can see, it's just some of these tabs. So now you can see that screw right there. There's a screw right there, and there is one in there as well that needs to be removed. So with those T20 screws out of the handle, we just basically end up prying the back, and then end up popping the whole door. And let me show you. And we're basically going to lift the panel upwards. Just like that. And now we've got to disconnect the door handle, the light, and that's basically it. In order to remove this, basically you remove this plastic tab, you pull back on this tab, and this comes off. Then pretty much what you're going to end up doing is turning the door upside down, the panel, taking a plier and pulling on the switch for your power window. There's our screw, and there you go. Now you have the panel off. Basically from this point, we're going to remove the back panel. We're going to remove this back panel. You want to be careful. This is foam, so it's going to want to rip really easy. Be gentle, take your time, remove it so that it all comes off in one piece. So just to show you the process on how I'm removing it, it was pretty much stuck pretty well, which is a good thing because it creates the air seal for you so you don't have any wind noise. So I'm just using an X-Acto blade and running it along the edge while I pull it. Same thing at the top. Basically you pull on it, go ahead and pull, and you try to use the X-Acto knife as much as possible to make sure that the item, the glue does not get all over the place. So this is what it looks like once you've got the seal off in the back. This is the motor. The motor is being held in by 3 screws, but we can't access the 3rd screw until we remove the regulator and the motor together. For that, it's 1 bolt, 2nd bolt, and a 3rd bolt right here, nut basically. But in order for us to do that, we're going to have to lower the window till it gets to this point, because we need to disengage the regulator from the window. And let me get that window lowered to that point. Basically, we then end up grabbing. So what I'll do is what we need to do is we need to push in on that tab right there. Can you hold with the screwdriver? That basically disengages the window from the regulator. Now what we need to do is remove these 2 screws, get this block out, and then remove the 3 nuts, and then this will fall out. But before we do anything else, we need to tape this window up to the frame. So we're going to use duct tape. So those people who have tinted windows, do not put the tape on the inside, put the tape on the outside and wrap it to the door frame in a couple of spots. So let me get the window tied up. So with the regulator removed, we can see that this cable has broken off of this point. So we basically need to get a new regulator. I believe there is a Dorman product that does a much better job at durability as well. So we're going to go ahead and order that part. I'll give you some details on that. But before we do that, I'm also going to go ahead and remove the motor, and then I'm going to plug it back in into here, and then turn the driver's side, turn the car on, and make sure that the motor is working. So let me get the motor tested to make sure that I do not need a new motor as well. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and test the power motor. Go ahead, Abdullah. And then go the other way, There we go. So we know that the motor is good. So all we need to do now is to find a replacement for the BMW part. It looks like that this is the original. It's got the 2609 2006. This is an '07 model, so this is the original. It's lasted us a while, so it's a simple fix. Very simple to do, rather than having a dealer or some other shop do it for you. So let me get the new part number ordered and we'll go from there. So here is the new part. I got this on Amazon. The Dorman product was like 60 bucks or 55 or 50 bucks. Was the cheapest I think I found. Here is the original right next to it. It's a pretty similar part. I paid $35 for this. I didn't go for the $25 one. I went somewhere in between 25 and 50. So we're gonna go ahead and install this. I did apply some white lithium grease on the track on the front part where the plastic will slide and the back side. It didn't seem like it had much grease, even though there was some grease near the bottom. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and remount the or mount the motor back on, and then we're going to go ahead and slide this back inside so that we can get it mounted. Okay, so we've got the motor, the regulator mounted, got the motor plugged in. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to raise the glass holder to this point here, so that I can undo the glass from above and bring it down. So this will make sure we test our unit. So after we've got the glass installed, then what we're going to do is we're going to take it full up, full down a few times, and then we're going to do the reset, and I'll just tell you how to do the reset on that as well. So let's go take this thing up. Keep going. Keep going. Go all the way up. Bring it down. Bring it down. Bring it down a little bit more. Plus, a little back up. Slightly up. That should be good. Alright, so now what we're going to do is we're going to lower the glass and have it sit into that hole. So, bring the glass down. Alright, so with the finger, you can, with your other hand, you can push this thing back in. So now the glass is set. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and test the full up and down function. Okay, so now what we've done is we've tested the window going up and down. Everything is good. But before I install the rest of the material back on to the door, I want to make sure that I have it programmed. By now, either your window will roll up and down if you hold a button, but it won't auto roll. Or if you hold the button up, it'll stop. You know, going up 3 inches, it'll stop. Then you have to release the button, redo it again, and it goes up another 3 inches, and it does the same thing going down. There's nothing to worry about. What needs to be done is the anti-pinching thing needs to be reset. The way you do that is basically you stick the key into the car. You do not turn the car on at all. What you then do is, for the window that you're doing this, you take your window down. So if you have to do it once, or you have to do it 5 times to make it go down, once it's in the down position, you basically will then push down the button and hold for at least 20 seconds. Once that is accomplished, then you take the window up, whether you do it once or you have to do it multiple times. But once the window is in the topmost position, then basically you end up holding the button up until 20 seconds have elapsed. Once that's done, then you can basically let go, and the window will then basically have the auto down and auto up feature back again. And when you hold the button partially down, it'll roll down till you let go. So that's how you reset your window anti-crimping thing. So that's basically it. Now I'm going to go ahead and go back and install the rest of the interior. So now I'm reinstalling the liner in here. So when you do install it, you want to make sure that you press in the liner across the whole perimeter. You want to make sure that the seal is recreated. So this way there is no air leaks, and this will also form your moisture barrier. So we're gonna just go around and make sure that this whole thing is sealed. So now the thing is to install the handle, door handle cable back in. So you want to make sure that the handle is in the closed position in the vehicle. Here you're gonna then go ahead and slide this in just like that, and then this will then operate the door handle. Once we've done that, we're gonna go ahead and install the switch for the window. There's only one way this thing can go in. Once that's installed, you want to then make sure you're able to set this into the ground, into the hole. So that's all in place. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and install the door. So basically pass this through the hole, set the door in to place, and then basically then you want to basically hit the door the rest of the way around, and that should set the door. Okay, so I've gone ahead and put the 3 screws in. Now we're just going to go ahead and basically press these pieces into place. And so that's basically it in installing the new window regulator for your BMW E90 or 91, 92, 93. Basically, it's straightforward. It takes a little bit of work. You just want to make sure the parts you take off are the parts you put in before you next move on to the next step. Make sure that you have installed all the parts. Look at the inventory that you still have laying around in front of you. So this way you don't end up doing what I did, and I had to retake the panel off and the foam insulation in the lower right hand corner so that I could reinstall the styrofoam block. So make sure you install everything back in step by step. Don't move on to the next step without checking the inventory that's sitting in front of you. So that's basically it. Let me know if you have any questions down below. I'll do my best to answer the questions. Please like or subscribe, and thank you for watching.